All right, in this video, we're just gonna get some practice on how to do some basic reflection transformations, just some very introductory stuff. So here I've got a triangle LGQ, and it says that we want to do a reflection over the x-axis or across the x-axis or about the x-axis. All of those would be the same thing. It's just over the x-axis. So here I've got labeled my y-axis is the up and down axis. My x-axis is the left to right axis. I'm going to just label out, all right, my x-axis, I'm going to draw out the line that I want to reflect over, which is right over here. Okay, I might as well do the whole line instead of just array. Okay, next what I need to do, if I'm reflecting across the x-axis, is actually, before we do that, I want to write this in another notation. Sometimes they'll have it in English like this. Other times they're going to say my shape L G Q, and they'll just have an arrow over here, and because it's a reflection, it'll be little r and then x axis to get L prime, G prime, Q prime. If they write this, the name of your shape, a little arrow with R x-axis, L prime, G prime, Q prime, that just means exactly what they said here. Make a reflection, that's what the little r is for, over the x-axis. That's why it says x-axis. And then this is telling us what we should name the image at the end of it. So now for actually doing the reflection. What you do after you figure out where your line belongs is you just count. How far am I away from my mirror, from my line of reflection? So I'm going to count. L is 1, 2 hops away. So that means on the other side of my line of reflection, I'm going to go that far again on the other side. So I was 2 above it. I'm going to continue 2 below it, and this will become the point L prime. I'll do the same thing for all my other points. I've got G, that's going to go down to the line, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 hops away. So now I'm just going to do 4 more hops away below my x-axis, but below my line of reflection. 1, 2, 3, 4. This becomes G prime. And for Q, it's okay if Q is underneath my line of reflection, the other ones are above. I still do the same thing. So from Q, this time I'm going to go up to my line of reflection, and I'm just going to go up 1 to my line of reflection. As far as it takes me to go to my line of reflection, that's how far I go past it. So I went 1 to get to it. I'm going to go 1 above it, and this will be the point Q prime. And if you connect these 3 points, you should have a shape that is a reflection of what we started with. And look, it looks like I've got this, and it just flipped over to become that over there. Oops, sorry for hitting the camera. All right, let's do maybe one more sample question together. So let's come on over here. It's kind of hard to see, so I've got it actually up in another window, which is right here. This says I want to reflect across y equals 3. So I'm going to come back to real life and say, all right, I want to do from, what is the name of the 3 points here? It's UXL is the name of my shape. So I've got U, X, L is the name of my shape. I'll do it in blue. That way it'll look kind of nicer when we're done. All right, and I want to reflect, so I've got UXL, and they want us to do a reflection over the line y equals 3, wait, y equals 3 or y equals negative 3? Y equals 3. Over the line y equals 3, and that'll end up with u prime, x prime, l prime. So what does it mean, the line y equals 3? Well, this means I need to make a line where every single one of my y coordinates is 3. So let me start thinking of some points that have y coordinates of 3. If I say, well, what about the point 0, 3? That has a y coordinate of 3 because this is my y. So I'll plot 1, 2, 3. Here's a point 0, 3. What about 1, 3? That has a different x coordinate, but the y coordinate is still 3. So the point 1, 3. Maybe I'll plot one more just for good measure. How about negative 4, 3? Well, negative 4, 3 is, let's focus again. Negative 4, 3 has got a different x value, but still that y value is equal to 3. So it's just going to be 1, 2, 3, negative 4, 1, 2, 3. And notice all of these points are along this one line going this way. Uh-oh, what happened to the computer? Here we go. All of these points are going along this line this way. So this line over here, and I'll do it in pencil so I don't have too much blue. This line over here is the line that I want to reflect over. This is the line y equals 3. After that, it's the same set of steps as we've done before. So I've got u, it's 2 away from y equals 3, which means I'm now going to go 2 more away. So 1, 2. And even though it's on top of L prime, that's okay. U prime is going to be right over there. Same thing with L going up. I'm going to go right 1, 2 up for L. And since I had 2 to get to my line of reflection, I'll continue 2 more up. 1, 2. And this is where L prime will be. Finally, I'll end on X. X is 1, 2 away from my line of reflection. And so I'm going to continue 2 down. 1, 2. This will be the point X prime. And so finally, I can connect these two. This line doesn't really move. It just flips a little bit. But then here I've got U prime to X prime and L prime to X. And now you can see it did a little flip. Oof, I got to be careful about if I hit this thing or not. But you can see it did a little flip from U and L here to U prime, L prime there. And same thing with X. X was on the top, and now I flip it over the line. It ends up on the bottom.